What if we could predict the next earthquake or hurricane with the precision of a weather forecast? A world where natural disasters no longer strike without warning, where communities have time to prepare, evacuate, and protect themselves. This isn't science fiction, it's the reality being shaped by AI-driven disaster prediction systems. These groundbreaking technologies are merging artificial intelligence with environmental science, creating tools that could save countless lives and billions of dollars in resources. But how do they work, and what does this mean for the future of disaster response? In this video, we'll explore the cutting-edge innovations behind these systems, from real-time data analysis to advanced predictive modeling, and uncover how they're transforming the way we anticipate and respond to natural disasters. The future of disaster prediction is here, and it's powered by AI. Let's take a closer look at how this technology is reshaping our world and what it means for all of us. From the earliest days of human history, predicting disasters was less about data and more about intuition, observation, and even myth. Ancient civilizations like the Babylonians and Greeks often turned to folklore, celestial patterns, and natural omens to forecast calamities. They believed that the gods controlled the elements, and interpreting their will was the key to survival. While these methods were steeped in cultural significance, they lacked precision and often failed to provide actionable warnings. Imagine living in a world where the only warning of a flood was a sudden flock of birds flying inland, a sign that might arrive too late to save lives or property. Fast forward to the 19th century, and we see the birth of modern meteorology. The invention of the telegraph allowed weather observations to be shared across vast distances, creating the first real-time weather maps. This was a game-changer. For the first time, people could track storms and predict their paths, albeit with limited accuracy. Hurricanes, tornadoes, and floods were no longer complete surprises, but the technology was still in its infancy. Forecasts were often vague, and the systems relied heavily on human interpretation, leaving room for error. The 20th century brought another leap forward with the advent of satellites and computer modeling. Suddenly, we could observe the Earth from space, collecting data on everything from ocean temperatures to atmospheric pressure. These tools allowed meteorologists to predict disasters with greater accuracy, but even then, the process was time-consuming and required massive amounts of manual analysis. Early warning systems improved, but they were still reactive rather than proactive, often giving people only minutes or hours to prepare for impending disasters. Then came artificial intelligence, revolutionizing the field in ways that felt almost unimaginable just a few decades ago. Today, AI-driven disaster prediction systems harness the power of machine learning to process enormous datasets in real time. Think about it, every second, satellites, sensors, and weather stations around the world generate terabytes of data. AI can sift through this information, identifying patterns and anomalies that human analysts might miss. It's not just about speed, it's about precision. These systems can predict the path of a hurricane days in advance, anticipate the likelihood of earthquakes based on seismic activity, and even forecast wildfires by analyzing vegetation, dryness, and wind patterns. One of the most remarkable breakthroughs in this evolution is the ability to predict disasters before they happen. For example, AI algorithms can now analyze historical flood data, river flow rates, and rainfall patterns to predict flooding weeks in advance. In earthquake-prone regions, machine learning models are being trained to detect subtle changes in the Earth's crust that could signal an impending quake. These advancements aren't just about saving lives, they're about giving communities the time and tools they need to prepare, whether that's evacuating residents, reinforcing infrastructure, or stockpiling essential supplies. What's truly fascinating is how this technology has democratized disaster prediction. In the past, only wealthy nations could afford the infrastructure and expertise needed for accurate forecasts. Today, AI-driven systems are becoming more accessible, empowering even developing countries to build robust early warning systems. This shift is bridging the gap between uncertainty and preparedness, transforming how we respond to disasters on a global scale. As we reflect on this journey from ancient folklore to cutting-edge AI, it's clear that the evolution of disaster prediction has been nothing short of extraordinary. But this is just the beginning. With every breakthrough, we're not only better equipped to predict disasters, but also to mitigate their impact, turning what once seemed like an insurmountable challenge into a manageable one. The future of disaster prediction isn't just about technology. It's about hope, resilience, and the promise of a safer world. At the heart of every AI-driven disaster prediction system lies an extraordinary ability to process and interpret environmental data on a scale that would overwhelm even the most skilled human analysts. These systems gather information from a staggering array of sources, everything from seismic sensors detecting the faintest tremors deep beneath the Earth's surface to satellites orbiting high above, capturing atmospheric changes in real time. But how does artificial intelligence make sense of this flood of data? The answer lies in its ability to identify patterns and anomalies that might otherwise go unnoticed. By employing advanced machine learning models, AI systems can sift through terabytes of information, learning from historical records and current observations to spot trends that signal potential disasters. Neural networks, inspired by the structure of the human brain, play a crucial role here. These networks are designed to recognize subtle correlations between variables, like how shifts in air pressure might precede a hurricane, or how minor ground movements could indicate an impending earthquake. Deep learning takes this a step further, enabling AI to analyze increasingly complex datasets with remarkable precision. Over time, these systems grow smarter, refining their predictions as they process more data. But it's not just about raw computational power. What truly sets AI apart is its ability to integrate data from multiple sources seamlessly. Imagine a scenario where satellite imagery, ground-based sensors, and decades of historical disaster records are all brought together into a single, unified model. AI doesn't just look at each piece of data in isolation. It connects the dots, identifying relationships that span across time and space. This holistic approach allows AI to create predictive models that are far more accurate and reliable than anything we've seen before. For instance, consider how AI might predict a flood. It doesn't just analyze rainfall data from weather stations. It also factors in soil moisture levels, river flow rates, and even urban infrastructure layouts to assess how water might move through a region. By combining these diverse inputs, AI can generate forecasts that are not only timely, but also incredibly detailed, helping communities prepare for the worst while minimizing risks. This process of data integration and pattern recognition is what makes AI such a game changer in disaster prediction. It's not just about crunching numbers, it's about uncovering hidden insights that can save lives. And as these systems continue to evolve, their ability to predict and mitigate disasters will only grow stronger, offering hope for a safer, more resilient future. Picture this, a bustling city going about its day, unaware that deep beneath the earth tectonic plates are shifting, but thanks to AI-driven systems, a warning flashes across screens, giving people precious seconds to take cover before the ground shakes. This is the power of real-time monitoring and early warning systems, a game changer in disaster prediction. Unlike traditional methods that rely on periodic updates, AI operates continuously, analyzing streams of data from sensors, satellites, and other sources. It's like having a tireless sentinel that never sleeps, always watching for the faintest signs of trouble. Take Japan's earthquake early warning system, for example. Using AI, the country has developed a network that detects the initial seismic waves of an earthquake, the ones that travel faster but cause less damage. In moments, the system calculates the earthquake's potential impact and sends alerts to phones, trains, and even elevators. This rapid response has saved countless lives, giving people time to brace themselves or evacuate. Similarly, in California, AI-driven wildfire prediction tools analyze weather patterns, humidity levels, and historical data to identify areas at risk. These systems can predict where a fire might start hours before it ignites, allowing firefighters to act preemptively. But here's the catch: real-time monitoring isn't just about collecting data, it's about processing it at lightning speed. AI excels here by using advanced algorithms to sift through massive amounts of information, separating the signal from the noise. It can detect subtle changes, like a slight shift in ground movement or an unusual spike in temperature, that might be missed by human analysts. However, this level of precision comes with its own challenges. The sheer volume of data can overwhelm systems, and delays in processing could mean the difference between a timely warning and a missed opportunity. That's where AI's ability to learn and adapt shines. By constantly refining its models based on new data, AI ensures that its predictions remain accurate and actionable. What's truly remarkable is how these systems are evolving to become even more effective. For instance, researchers are now integrating AI with edge computing, which processes data closer to its source rather than sending it to a central server. This reduces latency, making warnings even faster, and as AI continues to improve, its ability to predict disasters with greater precision will only grow, offering hope for a safer future. But as we marvel at these advancements, it's worth asking, how can we ensure these technologies reach the communities that need them most? That's a question we'll explore as we dive deeper into the future of AI-driven disaster prediction. At the core of every AI-driven disaster prediction system lies a powerful tool, predictive modeling. Think of it as a digital crystal ball, but instead of vague predictions, it's built on hard data, algorithms, and a deep understanding of how disasters unfold. These models simulate potential scenarios, whether it's a hurricane barreling toward a coastline or a flood threatening a city, giving us a glimpse into the future so we can act before disaster strikes. But how does this actually work? Let's break it down. Predictive modeling starts with historical data. AI systems analyze decades of weather patterns, seismic activity, and even human behavior during past disasters. This data isn't just a collection of numbers, it's a treasure trove of insights that helps the AI understand what conditions typically lead to specific outcomes. For example, by studying the atmospheric pressure, wind speeds, and ocean temperatures of past hurricanes, the AI can identify patterns that might signal the next big storm. But it doesn't stop there. Climate patterns and real-time data are also fed into the system, allowing the models to adapt to changing conditions. This dynamic approach ensures that predictions aren't just based on the past, but are constantly updated to reflect the present. What makes predictive modeling truly remarkable is its ability to handle uncertainty. Disasters are inherently unpredictable, but AI uses probabilistic forecasting to calculate the likelihood of different scenarios. Instead of saying, "There will be a flood," the system might predict, "There's an 80% chance of a flood in this area within the next 48 hours." This level of detail helps decision makers prioritize resources and take action where it's needed most. And here's the kicker: the more data the AI processes, the better it gets. Every storm, every earthquake, every flood becomes a learning opportunity, refining the models and improving their accuracy over time. But predictive modeling isn't just about crunching numbers, it's about turning raw data into actionable insights. Imagine a city planner using these predictions to decide where to build flood defenses, or an emergency response team knowing exactly where to deploy resources before a hurricane makes landfall. It's this ability to transform abstract data into real-world solutions that makes AI-driven disaster prediction systems so valuable. The next time you hear about a disaster being predicted with remarkable accuracy, you'll know it's not magic. It's the result of sophisticated predictive modeling, working tirelessly behind the scenes to keep us one step ahead. Imagine a world where every tweet, every satellite image, and every weather station reading could be the key to saving lives. That's the power of big data in disaster prediction. It's not just about collecting information, It's about turning a flood of raw data into actionable insights, from high-resolution satellite images capturing the slightest changes in the Earth's surface to real-time weather station readings tracking atmospheric pressure, temperature, and humidity. The sources of data are vast and varied. Even social media activity plays a surprising role, offering real-time updates on ground conditions during emergencies. Together, these data streams create a rich tapestry of information that AI systems can analyze to predict disasters with unprecedented accuracy. But here's the challenge: not all data is created equal. The sheer volume of information generated every second is staggering, and not all of it is useful. AI systems must sift through mountains of data, separating the meaningful signals from the noise. For example, a single satellite can produce terabytes of imagery in a day, and not every pixel will be relevant to disaster prediction. This is where advanced algorithms come into play, filtering, organizing, and interpreting data to identify patterns that might indicate an impending disaster. Whether it's detecting subtle shifts in tectonic plates or analyzing social media posts for keywords like flood or earthquake, AI excels at finding the proverbial needle in the haystack. Yet, even with cutting-edge technology, data quality remains a critical hurdle. Incomplete or inaccurate data can lead to flawed predictions, which is why ensuring data integrity is a top priority. Advances in big data storage and processing are helping to address these challenges, with cloud-based systems and distributed computing enabling faster, more reliable access to data. These technologies allow AI to analyze massive datasets in real time, providing quicker and more accurate forecasts. But it's not just about speed and storage, it's also about accessibility. In many parts of the world, limited infrastructure can hinder data collection and sharing, making it harder to build comprehensive models. Bridging this gap is essential for creating truly global disaster prediction systems. The beauty of big data lies in its ability to connect dots we might not even see. By combining diverse data sources, AI can uncover hidden correlations and trends, offering a more holistic view of potential disasters. For instance, integrating historical weather data with current satellite imagery might reveal patterns that predict hurricanes days before they form. Similarly, analyzing social media activity alongside seismic data could help identify areas at risk of landslides during heavy rainfall. These insights are only possible because big data provides the foundation upon which AI builds its predictive capabilities, transforming raw information into life-saving foresight. As we continue to refine these systems, the potential for big data to revolutionize disaster prediction grows exponentially. But it's not just about the technology, it's about how we use it to protect lives and communities. The next frontier lies in making these systems even more inclusive, ensuring that every corner of the globe can benefit from the power of AI-driven predictions. After all, when it comes to disasters, every second counts, and big data is helping us stay one step ahead. As the impacts of climate change grow more severe, the need for precise and timely disaster prediction has never been greater. Rising temperatures, shifting weather patterns, and melting ice caps are creating a world where natural disasters, hurricanes, wildfires, floods, are becoming more frequent and more destructive. But here's where artificial intelligence steps in, not just as a tool for prediction, but as a partner in understanding the very forces driving these changes. AI's ability to process massive amounts of data in real time is transforming how we approach climate-related disasters. By analyzing patterns from decades of weather data, satellite imagery, and even social media feeds, AI models can identify early warning signs of disasters with remarkable accuracy. But it doesn't stop there. These models are also helping us simulate future climate scenarios, giving scientists and policymakers a clearer picture of what's to come. Imagine being able to see decades into the future, understanding how rising sea levels might affect coastal cities, or how prolonged droughts could reshape entire ecosystems. That's the power of AI. It's not just about reacting to disasters, it's about anticipating them and planning ahead. One of the most groundbreaking applications of AI in this space is its role in monitoring environmental changes. From tracking the rate at which polar ice caps are melting to measuring the rise in ocean temperatures, AI systems are constantly gathering and analyzing data. This information is invaluable, not just for predicting disasters, but for understanding the broader impacts of climate change. For instance, by combining satellite imagery with AI algorithms, researchers can detect subtle shifts in forest density or coastal erosion, changes that might otherwise go unnoticed until it's too late. And let's not forget the human element. AI isn't just crunching numbers in a vacuum, it's empowering communities and governments to take action. By providing accurate, data-driven insights, AI is helping cities develop more resilient infrastructure, farmers adapt to changing weather patterns, and emergency responders prepare for the worst. It's a symbiotic relationship. AI gives us the tools to understand and combat climate change, and in turn, our collective efforts to address these challenges push AI to evolve and improve. So, while the challenges posed by climate change are immense, the advancements in AI offer a glimmer of hope. Together, they're shaping a future where we're not just reacting to disasters, but actively working to prevent them. And that's a future worth striving for. Hurricanes are nature's fury unleashed, capable of reshaping coastlines and devastating communities in a matter of hours. Predicting these storms has always been a high-stakes challenge, but today, artificial intelligence is transforming how we anticipate their paths and intensities. Take the 2023 Atlantic hurricane season as an example. That year, AI-driven systems played a pivotal role in forecasting storms with unprecedented precision, giving communities critical time to prepare. So, how does AI achieve this? At its core, these systems analyze an immense amount of data, everything from atmospheric pressure and ocean temperatures to wind patterns and humidity levels. Unlike traditional models, which rely on fixed equations and historical data, AI can process real-time information, learning and adapting as new data comes in. This dynamic approach allows it to spot subtle patterns that human analysts might miss, like the way a slight shift in ocean temperature could amplify a storm's intensity. But it's not just about crunching numbers. AI also excels at integrating multiple data sources. For instance, satellite imagery, weather buoys, and even social media reports can feed into these systems, creating a more comprehensive picture of a developing storm. During the 2023 season, one AI model accurately predicted the sudden intensification of Hurricane Fiona days before traditional methods could. This early warning likely saved countless lives and reduced economic losses. Of course, AI isn't perfect. Current models still struggle with certain variables, like the complex interactions between land masses and storm systems. And while AI can predict a hurricane's path with remarkable accuracy, it's less reliable when forecasting how quickly a storm might strengthen or weaken. These limitations highlight the need for continued innovation, blending AI's strengths with human expertise to refine predictions further. What's truly exciting is how AI is pushing the boundaries of what's possible. Researchers are now exploring how machine learning can simulate entire hurricane seasons in minutes, helping scientists understand long-term trends and prepare for future risks. It's a glimpse into a future where AI doesn't just predict disasters, it helps us prevent their worst impacts. Earthquakes have long been one of nature's most unpredictable and devastating forces, striking without warning and leaving destruction in their wake. But what if we could turn the tables and give people a heads up before the ground starts to shake? That's exactly where artificial intelligence is stepping in, revolutionizing the way we approach earthquake early warning systems. By analyzing seismic data in real time, AI algorithms can detect the faintest tremors and vibrations that precede an earthquake, These systems work by identifying patterns in the data that human analysts might miss, allowing them to issue alerts seconds or even minutes before the shaking begins. In those critical moments, even a few seconds can make all the difference, giving people time to take cover, trains a chance to slow down, and hospitals the opportunity to prepare for potential emergencies. One of the most notable examples of this technology in action is Japan's earthquake early warning system. Known for its precision and speed, the system has saved countless lives by providing timely alerts to residents and businesses. For instance, during the 2011 Tohoku earthquake, the system gave Tokyo residents nearly a full minute of warning before the shaking reached the city. That minute allowed people to secure their surroundings, shut down critical infrastructure, and brace for impact. It's a powerful testament to how AI can turn the tide in disaster preparedness. But predicting earthquakes isn't without its challenges. Unlike storms or floods, earthquakes don't follow a predictable timeline or pattern. They're the result of complex interactions deep within the Earth's crust, and even the most advanced systems can only provide a warning, not a definitive prediction. This is where AI is also making strides, helping scientists better understand the mechanics of fault lines and tectonic movements. By sifting through decades of geological data, AI models are uncovering subtle clues about how stress builds up along fault lines, offering new insights into the forces that trigger earthquakes. While we're still a long way from predicting earthquakes with pinpoint accuracy, these advancements are bringing us closer to a future where we can mitigate their impact. Imagine a world where cities are equipped with AI-driven systems that not only warn us of impending quakes, but also help us prepare for the aftermath. It's a future that's already taking shape thanks to the power of artificial intelligence. So, what does this mean for the rest of the world? As more countries adopt and refine these systems, the lessons learned from places like Japan could pave the way for global resilience. The next time the ground rumbles, it might not catch us entirely off guard, and that's a game changer. Wildfires are among the most destructive forces of nature, and as climate change intensifies, their frequency and severity are reaching alarming levels. But what if we could predict these devastating events before they even ignite? That's where artificial intelligence steps in, offering a groundbreaking approach to wildfire prediction. By analyzing a complex web of environmental factors like temperature, humidity, wind patterns, and even the density of vegetation, AI systems can identify areas at high risk of wildfires with remarkable precision. Take California, for example, a state that has faced some of the most catastrophic wildfires in recent history. Here, AI-powered tools are already making a difference. These systems process vast amounts of data from satellites, weather stations, and even drones to create real-time risk assessments. For firefighters, this means being able to deploy resources more effectively, potentially saving lives and property. For communities, it means having crucial time to prepare, evacuate, or reinforce defenses. But as powerful as these tools are, they also raise important ethical questions. For instance, how do we ensure that the data used to train these AI systems is collected responsibly? And who gets access to these predictions? Should they be publicly available? Or could that lead to panic or misuse? There's also the challenge of resource allocation. If AI predicts a high-risk area, how do we decide where to focus limited firefighting resources? These are complex issues that require careful consideration as we continue to integrate AI into disaster prediction. What's clear, though, is that AI has the potential to transform how we approach wildfire prevention and response. By turning data into actionable insights, these systems are not just predicting disasters, they're helping us prepare for a future where wildfires may become even more common. And in a world where every second counts, that could make all the difference. Floods are one of nature's most relentless forces, striking with little warning and leaving destruction in their wake. But what if we could see them coming before they arrive? Enter artificial intelligence, a game changer in the world of flood prediction. By analyzing vast amounts of data, rainfall patterns, river levels, and even the shape of the land itself, AI systems are now able to forecast floods with remarkable accuracy. Take Bangladesh, for example, a country that faces devastating floods every year. Here, AI-driven models process real-time weather data and satellite imagery to predict when and where rivers might overflow, giving communities critical time to prepare. Similarly, in the Netherlands, a nation renowned for its water management, AI tools are used to simulate flood scenarios and optimize the operation of dams and barriers, preventing catastrophic breaches. These systems aren't just about numbers and algorithms, they're about saving lives and protecting homes. But predicting floods isn't without its challenges, especially when it comes to flash floods. These sudden, intense events can happen in a matter of minutes, often in areas that aren't typically prone to flooding. Traditional forecasting methods struggle to keep up, but AI is stepping in to fill the gap. By analyzing historical data and combining it with live weather updates, AI can identify the early signs of a flash flood, such as sudden downpours or rapidly rising water levels. This allows authorities to issue warnings faster than ever before, giving people precious moments to seek safety. Of course, there's still work to be done. AI models need to account for unpredictable factors like urbanization and climate change, which can alter flood patterns in unexpected ways. But as these systems continue to learn and adapt, they're becoming an indispensable tool in our fight against rising waters. The future of flood prediction isn't just about reacting to disasters, it's about staying one step ahead. Volcanic eruptions are among nature's most awe-inspiring and devastating events. While they may seem unpredictable, advancements in artificial intelligence are giving us new tools to forecast these natural disasters with unprecedented precision. So, how exactly does AI help us peer into the heart of a volcano and anticipate its next move? It all comes down to analyzing three critical factors: seismic activity, gas emissions, and ground deformation. By processing vast amounts of data from these sources, AI systems can detect subtle patterns that might otherwise go unnoticed by human experts. Take seismic activity, for example. Volcanoes often produce a symphony of tremors and vibrations before an eruption. These signals can be incredibly complex, but AI algorithms are trained to sift through the noise, identifying key indicators of impending activity. Similarly, gas emissions like sulfur dioxide can provide crucial clues about the pressure building beneath the surface. AI monitors these emissions in real time, creating a dynamic picture of what's happening deep within the volcano. And then there's ground deformation. Using satellite data and ground-based sensors, AI can detect even the slightest shifts in the Earth's surface, revealing whether magma is rising or the ground is swelling. One of the most compelling examples of AI in action is the 2018 eruption of Kilauea in Hawaii. During this event, scientists used AI-powered tools to analyze data from multiple sources, helping them predict the eruption's timing and path more accurately than ever before. This not only gave local authorities more time to prepare, but also allowed them to issue targeted evacuation orders, potentially saving countless lives. But the potential of AI doesn't stop there. Researchers are now exploring how these systems can be used to predict eruptions with even greater accuracy, potentially months or even years in advance. By combining historical data with real-time monitoring, AI could help us understand volcanic behavior on a deeper level, uncovering patterns that were once invisible. Imagine a world where communities living near active volcanoes no longer have to live in constant fear of the unknown. Instead, they could rely on AI-driven systems to provide early warnings, giving them the time and information they need to protect themselves and their livelihoods. Of course, challenges remain. Volcanic systems are incredibly complex, and no two eruptions are exactly alike. But with AI's ability to learn and adapt, we're inching closer to a future where these catastrophic events no longer catch us off guard. It's not just about saving lives, it's about reducing the economic and emotional toll that comes with living in the shadow of an active volcano. And as we continue to refine these technologies, the possibilities are nothing short of transformative. Picture this, a network of drones buzzing over dense forests, capturing high-resolution images of terrain, while a web of EOT sensors embedded in the ground quietly measures soil moisture and movement. Together, they form a dynamic duo in the fight against disasters, offering a level of insight that was once unimaginable. Drones and the Internet of Things are not just futuristic gadgets, they're revolutionizing how we predict and respond to catastrophes. Drones, with their ability to access remote or hazardous areas, are like the eyes in the sky we've always needed. They can fly into regions too dangerous for humans, such as active volcanic zones or flood-ravaged landscapes, collecting real-time data that's critical for accurate predictions. Equipped with advanced cameras, thermal imaging, and even gas sensors, these devices provide a detailed snapshot of environmental conditions. But it's not just about one drone. Imagine entire swarms working in unison, mapping disaster zones in minutes rather than days. This kind of rapid data collection is a game changer, allowing emergency responders to act faster and smarter. On the ground, EOT devices are the silent sentinels, continuously monitoring environmental changes. These sensors can detect subtle shifts in soil composition, water levels, or even air quality, early warning signs of disasters like landslides, floods, or wildfires. For example, in areas prone to landslides, EOT sensors embedded in the ground can measure soil saturation and movement, sending alerts long before a collapse occurs. This continuous stream of data creates a real-time picture of risk, enabling authorities to take proactive measures before disaster strikes. Now, here's where things get truly fascinating. AI steps in as the ultimate data integrator, weaving together information from drones and EOT devices to create a comprehensive disaster prediction model. By analyzing patterns and correlations in the data, AI can identify trends that might escape human observation. For instance, it might detect that a combination of rising soil moisture and unusual seismic activity signals an impending landslide. This integration not only improves prediction accuracy, but also slashes response times, giving communities the gift of precious extra minutes or even hours to prepare. The applications of this technology are as innovative as they are life-saving. Drone swarms, for instance, are being used to map disaster zones in incredible detail, creating 3D models that help responders navigate and allocate resources effectively. Meanwhile, EOT sensors are being deployed in urban areas to monitor infrastructure, ensuring that bridges, dams, and buildings are safe from potential collapses. These technologies are no longer confined to the realm of science fiction. They're here, and they're making a tangible difference. What's truly exciting is how these tools are evolving. As drone technology becomes more advanced and EOT networks expand, the potential for disaster prediction grows exponentially. Imagine a future where every high-risk area is equipped with a network of sensors and drones, working in harmony to keep communities safe. It's a vision that's not only achievable, but already in progress, thanks to the incredible synergy of drones, EOT, and AI. The role of drones and EOT in disaster prediction is a testament to how technology can transform our ability to anticipate and mitigate risks. By combining real-time data collection with intelligent analysis, these tools are helping us stay one step ahead of nature's most destructive forces. And as this technology continues to advance, the possibilities for saving lives and protecting communities are truly limitless. As we marvel at the incredible potential of AI-driven disaster prediction systems, it's crucial to pause and consider the ethical implications that come with this powerful technology. After all, any tool as transformative as AI carries not just promise, but also profound responsibility. One of the most pressing concerns is data privacy. These systems rely on vast amounts of information, often personal or sensitive, to make accurate predictions, Where does this data come from? Who has access to it? And how do we ensure it's being used responsibly? Without clear safeguards, the very systems designed to protect us could unintentionally expose individuals to risks like surveillance or misuse of their information. Another critical issue is algorithmic bias. AI models are only as good as the data they're trained on, and if that data reflects historical inequalities or lacks diversity, the predictions can end up favoring certain groups while neglecting others. Imagine a disaster prediction system that fails to adequately serve marginalized communities simply because it wasn't trained on data representing their unique vulnerabilities. This isn't just a technical flaw, it's an ethical failure that could exacerbate existing disparities in disaster preparedness and response. Transparency is another cornerstone of ethical AI. How do these systems arrive at their predictions? Are their processes understandable to the people who rely on them? Without transparency, there's a risk of mistrust, especially in communities that might already feel overlooked or underserved. And then, there's the potential for misuse. What happens if these predictive technologies fall into the wrong hands? Could they be weaponized or used to manipulate public perception during crises? These are not hypothetical questions. They're real challenges that demand thoughtful solutions. To address these concerns, governments and organizations must take proactive steps. Policies need to be established that prioritize fairness, accessibility, and accountability. This means ensuring that AI-driven systems are designed with input from diverse communities, particularly those most vulnerable to disasters. It also means creating mechanisms for oversight so that these technologies are used ethically and equitably. After all, the goal isn't just to predict disasters, it's to build systems that protect everyone, leaving no one behind. The conversation around AI ethics is ongoing, and it's one we all have a stake in. As these technologies continue to evolve, so too must our commitment to using them in ways that are just, transparent, and inclusive. Because in the end, the true measure of AI's success won't just be its accuracy, it'll be its ability to serve humanity as a whole. Natural disasters don't stop at borders, so why should our efforts to predict and prepare for them? One of the most exciting developments in disaster prediction is how artificial intelligence is uniting nations to tackle these challenges together. By sharing data, resources, and expertise, countries are creating a global network that's stronger than any single nation could achieve alone. This isn't just about technology, it's about humanity coming together to protect lives and communities in the face of shared threats. Take the Global Disaster Alert and Coordination System, or GDACS, for example. This initiative brings together real-time data from satellites, weather stations, and ground sensors across the globe, feeding it into AI systems that can analyze and predict disasters faster than ever before. Whether it's an earthquake in Asia or a hurricane in the Americas, GDACS uses AI to provide early warnings and coordinate international responses. It's a shining example of how collaboration, powered by AI, can save lives on a massive scale. But global cooperation isn't without its challenges. Different countries have varying levels of technological infrastructure, and not everyone has equal access to the tools needed to contribute effectively. Political differences and data privacy concerns can also create roadblocks. Here's where AI steps in as a problem solver. By standardizing data formats and creating shared platforms, AI makes it easier for nations to contribute and benefit from a collective pool of knowledge. It's like building a universal language for disaster prediction, one that everyone can understand and use. What's truly remarkable is how AI is breaking down these barriers in ways that were once unimaginable. In the past, sharing sensitive data between nations could take months of negotiations. Now, AI-driven systems can anonymize and process data in real time, ensuring that critical information is shared quickly and securely. This isn't just about technology, it's about trust. When countries see the tangible benefits of working together, they're more likely to set aside differences and focus on the bigger picture. Of course, there's still work to be done. Not every nation has the resources to participate fully, and some regions remain underserved, but AI is leveling the playing field. By making advanced tools more accessible and affordable, it's empowering even the smallest countries to contribute to global disaster prediction efforts. This isn't just about creating a safer world, it's about creating a fairer one, where every voice matters and no one is left behind. What does this mean for the future? Imagine a world where disasters are predicted with such precision that evacuations happen days in advance, where relief efforts are coordinated seamlessly across borders, and where every country has the tools they need to protect their people. That's the power of AI-driven global collaboration. It's not just about predicting disasters, but about building a safer, more connected world for all of us. As we look toward the horizon of AI-driven disaster prediction, it's impossible not to marvel at how far we've come and how much further we can go. The tools we have today are already transforming how we anticipate and respond to disasters, but the future holds even more groundbreaking possibilities. One of the most exciting developments on the horizon is the integration of quantum computing. Unlike traditional computers, which process information in binary bits, quantum computers use qubits, allowing them to perform complex calculations at speeds that are almost unimaginable. This leap in computational power could enable AI systems to analyze massive datasets like global weather patterns or seismic activity in real time, predicting disasters with unprecedented precision. But quantum computing isn't the only game changer. Edge AI, which brings processing power closer to the source of data collection, is another trend reshaping the field. Imagine a network of sensors embedded in flood-prone areas or along fault lines, each equipped with AI that can process data locally. This means faster, more reliable predictions without the need to send information to distant servers, reducing delays that could be critical in an emergency. Edge AI could also be a game changer for remote or underserved regions, where internet connectivity might be limited, ensuring that no community is left behind. Another transformative trend is the rise of explainable AI. As powerful as AI systems are, their decision-making processes have often been shrouded in mystery, making it difficult for experts to fully trust their predictions. Explainable AI aims to change that by providing clear, interpretable insights into how these systems arrive at their conclusions. This transparency not only builds trust, but also allows scientists and policymakers to refine models further, ensuring that predictions are as accurate and actionable as possible. Of course, with these advancements come challenges. Quantum computing, for instance, is still in its infancy, and scaling it up for widespread use will require overcoming significant technical hurdles. Edge AI, while promising, raises questions about data security and privacy, especially when sensitive information is processed locally, and as AI systems become more complex, ensuring they remain unbiased and equitable will be an ongoing struggle, particularly when it comes to disaster prediction, where the stakes are literally life and death. Looking further ahead, the future of AI-driven disaster systems could include innovations like personalized disaster alerts. Instead of generic warnings, imagine receiving notifications tailored to your exact location, the type of disaster, and even your specific needs, whether that's evacuation routes, shelter locations, or emergency supplies. Beyond that, we might see the rise of fully autonomous response networks, where AI not only predicts disasters, but also coordinates real-time responses, from dispatching emergency services to managing traffic flow, or even deploying drones to assess damage. The potential is staggering, but so is the responsibility. As we continue to push the boundaries of what AI can do, we must also ensure that these systems are designed with ethics, equity, and accountability at their core. After all, the ultimate goal isn't just to predict disasters, it's to save lives, protect communities, and create a safer, more resilient world for everyone. As we look at the future of AI-driven disaster prediction, it's important to remember that technology alone isn't the answer. It's about how we empower people to use it. Communities are the backbone of resilience, and AI is becoming a powerful tool to help them prepare, respond, and recover from disasters. But how exactly is this happening? Let's break it down. One of the most exciting ways AI is making a difference is by educating communities about the risks they face. Think about it. When people understand the specifics of a potential disaster, whether it's a flood, wildfire, or earthquake, they're better equipped to take action. AI systems can analyze local data, like weather patterns or geographical features, and translate that into easy-to-understand information. For example, imagine a small coastal town receiving personalized alerts about rising sea levels or storm surges, complete with step-by-step guidance on how to stay safe. This isn't just about sending warnings, it's about giving people the knowledge they need to protect themselves and their families. But education is only the first step. AI is also helping communities develop tailored response plans that fit their unique needs. Let's take a closer look at how this works. In some regions, AI-powered mobile apps are becoming a lifeline during emergencies. These apps don't just send out alerts, they provide real-time updates, evacuation routes, and even tips on how to secure your home before a disaster strikes. For instance, during wildfires, an app could guide residents to the safest exit routes based on the fire's current path, all while considering factors like traffic and road conditions. It's like having a personal disaster coach right in your pocket. What makes these tools truly transformative, though, is the role of community involvement. AI isn't just a top-down solution, it's most effective when it's shaped by the people it's designed to serve. Local knowledge is invaluable, and when communities collaborate with developers and researchers, the result is technology that addresses real-world challenges. Picture this: a group of farmers in a flood-prone area working with AI experts to create a system that predicts water levels and suggests the best times to plant or harvest crops. This kind of collaboration ensures that AI solutions aren't just innovative, they're practical and deeply rooted in the needs of the people who use them. By combining cutting-edge technology with grassroots action, AI is helping communities become more resilient than ever. It's not just about predicting disasters, it's about empowering people to face them head-on. And as we continue to develop these tools, the role of community input will only grow, ensuring that AI-driven solutions are as human-centered as they are high-tech. While AI-driven disaster prediction systems hold incredible promise, they're far from perfect. One of the biggest hurdles lies in the data itself. AI models thrive on vast amounts of high-quality, accurate data, but in many parts of the world, especially in developing regions, this data is either incomplete or simply doesn't exist. Think about it. How can an AI predict a flood if it doesn't have reliable rainfall records, river flow data, or even basic geography maps for the area? These gaps can lead to blind spots, where the system might miss critical warning signs or, worse, generate false alarms that could erode public trust over time. Then there's the issue of algorithmic errors. AI models are only as good as the data they're trained on, and if that data contains biases or inaccuracies, the predictions can be flawed. For example, if historical disaster data disproportionately reflects urban areas, the AI might struggle to accurately predict risks in rural or underserved communities. And let's not forget, these systems are built by humans, which means they're inherently fallible. A single coding error or an overlooked variable could have catastrophic consequences when lives are on the line. This brings us to the crucial role of human oversight. While AI can process data at speeds no human can match, it lacks the intuition, empathy, and contextual understanding that humans bring to the table. Imagine an AI predicting a major earthquake. While it might calculate the probability with precision, it can't factor in the emotional weight of evacuating thousands of people or the logistical challenges of coordinating emergency responses. That's where human experts step in, interpreting the AI's findings, applying real-world context, and making the final call. It's not about replacing humans, it's about empowering them with better tools. But even with human oversight, ethical dilemmas remain. Relying on AI for life and death decisions raises tough questions. Who's accountable if an AI model fails to predict a disaster? How do we ensure these systems are fair and unbiased, especially when they're used in regions with limited resources? And what happens when the AI's predictions conflict with human judgment? These aren't just technical challenges, they're moral ones requiring careful thought and collaboration between technologists, policymakers, and communities. Ultimately, the key lies in continuous improvement. AI models aren't static. They need to evolve as new data comes in and as we learn from past mistakes. This means investing in better data collection, refining algorithms, and fostering a culture of transparency and accountability. It's about striking a balance, leveraging AI's strengths while acknowledging its limitations, so we can build systems that are not only smart, but also trustworthy and resilient. When disaster strikes, the clock starts ticking and every second counts. While predicting disasters is a monumental leap forward, the true power of artificial intelligence shines in the chaos that follows. AI doesn't just forecast, it steps into the fray, transforming how we respond, recover, and rebuild. Take emergency response coordination, for example. In the aftermath of a hurricane or earthquake, first responders are often overwhelmed by the sheer scale of destruction. Enter AI systems, capable of analyzing real-time data from satellites, drones, and social media to pinpoint where help is needed most. These systems can map out the safest routes for rescue teams, optimize the distribution of supplies, and even predict where secondary hazards, like landslides or flooding, might occur next. It's like having a digital command center that never sleeps, constantly adapting to the evolving situation on the ground. One of the most striking examples of AI in action is the use of drones to map disaster zones. Equipped with advanced imaging technology, these AI-powered drones can survey vast areas in minutes, creating detailed 3D maps that highlight damaged infrastructure, blocked roads, and areas where survivors might be trapped. This data is invaluable for rescue teams, allowing them to act swiftly and strategically, but AI's role doesn't stop at logistics. It also provides critical support to survivors in the form of chatbots and virtual assistants. Imagine being displaced by a disaster, unsure where to find shelter, food, or medical care. AI-driven chatbots can offer real-time guidance, answering questions and connecting people with the resources they need. These tools are not only efficient, but also compassionate, offering a sense of stability in the midst of chaos. And let's not forget the long-term recovery efforts. AI is proving to be a game-changer here as well. From rebuilding infrastructure to assessing structural damage with precision, AI algorithms can help communities rebuild smarter and stronger. They can even analyze patterns to recommend more resilient designs for the future. But perhaps one of the most overlooked yet vital roles of AI is in mental health support. After a disaster, survivors often face immense emotional trauma. AI-powered platforms are now being developed to provide counseling, monitor mental health trends, and connect individuals with human professionals when needed. The integration of AI into disaster response and recovery isn't just about technology. It's about creating a more resilient, compassionate world. By leveraging these tools, we're not only saving lives in the moment, but also laying the foundation for stronger, more prepared communities in the years to come. And as AI continues to evolve, so too will its ability to stand with us in our greatest moments of need. As we dive into the intersection of AI and policy, it's clear that governments and policymakers hold the keys to unlocking the full potential of AI-driven disaster prediction. Think about it, technology alone isn't enough. Without the right frameworks, funding, and collaboration, even the most advanced systems risk falling short. So, how do we ensure that AI becomes a force for good in disaster management? The answer lies in the policies we create today. First, let's talk about funding. Developing cutting-edge AI systems requires significant investment. Governments can play a pivotal role by allocating resources to research institutions and tech innovators. Imagine a world where AI models are trained on massive datasets, capable of predicting hurricanes, earthquakes, or floods with pinpoint accuracy. But this level of precision doesn't come cheap. By prioritizing funding for AI research, policymakers can accelerate breakthroughs that save lives and protect communities. Next, fostering innovation is just as crucial. Policies that encourage collaboration between public institutions, private companies, and universities can spark new ideas and drive progress. For example, imagine a startup working alongside a national weather agency to refine AI algorithms for storm tracking. This kind of partnership not only speeds up development, but also ensures that solutions are practical and tailored to real-world needs. But innovation isn't just about creating advanced tools. It's also about making them accessible. Equitable access to AI-driven disaster prediction systems is a must. After all, what good is a groundbreaking technology if only a handful of nations or communities can use it? Policymakers have a responsibility to ensure that these systems are affordable and available to all, especially in regions that are most vulnerable to disasters. This might involve subsidies, international aid, or even open-source initiatives that allow countries to share and adapt technologies freely. And speaking of international collaboration, let's not forget the power of global agreements. Disasters don't respect borders, and neither should our solutions. By working together, nations can establish standards for data sharing, model training, and system interoperability. Imagine a network where countries pool their resources and knowledge, creating a unified front against natural disasters. This kind of cooperation not only enhances the effectiveness of AI systems, but also builds trust and solidarity in the face of shared challenges. The road ahead is complex, but the opportunities are immense. By crafting thoughtful policies, investing in innovation, and prioritizing equity, governments can shape a future where AI-driven disaster prediction isn't just a luxury for a few, it's a lifeline for all. And as we look to the horizon, one thing is certain: the decisions we make today will echo far into the future, determining how prepared we are for the challenges of tomorrow. As we wrap up our exploration of AI-driven disaster prediction systems, it's impossible not to feel a sense of optimism about what lies ahead. The advancements we've discussed, real-time monitoring, predictive modeling, and the integration of massive data streams, aren't just technological breakthroughs, they're lifelines. They represent a future where communities are no longer caught off guard by natural disasters, but are instead equipped with the tools to anticipate, prepare, and respond effectively. Imagine a world where hurricanes, earthquakes, and wildfires are met not with chaos, but with coordinated, data-driven action. That's the promise of AI, and it's a promise that grows stronger with every innovation. But let's not overlook the challenges. As powerful as these systems are, they're not without limitations. Ethical questions about data privacy, the risk of over-reliance on technology, and the need for global collaboration remain critical hurdles to overcome. These aren't just technical problems, they're human ones. How we address them will determine whether AI becomes a force for universal good or a tool that exacerbates existing inequalities. It's a responsibility that falls on all of us scientists, policymakers, and everyday citizens alike, to ensure these systems are developed and deployed with fairness and accountability at their core. What's clear is that the potential for AI to save lives and reduce the devastation of natural disasters is too great to ignore. By continuing to push the boundaries of innovation and fostering collaboration across borders, we can create a world that's not only more prepared for disasters, but also more resilient in their aftermath. The journey ahead is as exciting as it is challenging, and it's one we're all a part of. Thank you for taking this deep dive into the future of disaster prediction with us. If you found this exploration as fascinating as we did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insights into the cutting-edge technologies shaping our world. Together, let's stay curious, informed, and ready to embrace the future.